ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 elections have been touted as the potboiler blockbuster, and why not? It's got tears and trauma, bribes and betrayal, and of course, liberally seasoned with probe and politics. Take today, for example. Aam Aadmi Party's parliamentarian Sanjay Singh was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. Lalu Prasad, Rabdi Devi and Tejasvi managed to get a bail in a CBI case, while the ED has also summoned Mamata Banerjee's nephew, Abhishek Banerjee. This has prompted the opposition to allege vendetta by the centre. Let's go across straight to those visuals coming in from Sanjay Singh's residence, where Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal had gone for a visit with his wife Sunita Kejriwal to meet the family members of Member of Parliament from the Aam Aadmi Party Sanjay Singh. Standing there at Sanjay Singh's residence, I think it is Sanjay Singh's wife who has come out, and Kejriwal. Let's listen in.
आम आदमी पार्टी एक कट्टर ईमानदार पार्टी है। हम सब जानते हैं कि ईमानदारी का रास्ता बड़ा कठिन रास्ता होता है। आज अगर हम इन लोगों की तरह बेईमान हो जाएं, तो हमारी सारी समस्याएं खत्म हो जाएंगी। हम कट्टर ईमानदार हैं, इसी वजह से ये सारी समस्याएं आ रही हैं। इन लोगों ने इनकी सबसे बड़ी दुखती रग यही है कि ये सर से लेके पैर तक भ्रष्टाचारी हैं, और इन लोगों से हमारी ईमानदारी का काउंटर नहीं है इनके पास। इन्होंने हमें बदनाम करने की खूब कोशिश की। कभी कहते हैं कि केजरीवाल ने बसों में पैसे खा लिए, कभी कहते हैं केजरीवाल बिजली में पैसे खा गया, कभी कहते हैं केजरीवाल पानी में पैसे खा गया, कभी कहते हैं केजरीवाल ने स्कूल बनवाने में पैसे खा लिए, कभी कहते हैं केजरीवाल सड़क बनवाने में पैसे खा गया। इन्होंने इतनी सारी, मेरे को 8 साल हुए मुख्यमंत्री बने, 8 साल में इन्होंने मेरे 7 जन्म छान मारे, लेकिन इनको कुछ नहीं मिला। कोई भ्रष्टाचार नहीं मिला, कोई गलत काम नहीं मिला। अब पिछले 1 साल से इन्होंने नया राग अलापना चालू किया है, शराब घोटाला, शराब घोटाला, शराब घोटाला। इस शराब घोटाले के ऊपर इन्होंने 1000 से ज्यादा रेड मार चुके हैं। पता नहीं कितने लोगों को गिरफ्तार कर चुके हैं। कहते हैं 100 करोड़ रुपए का शराब घोटाला है, लेकिन इनको इतनी रेड मारने के बाद भी चवन्नी भी नहीं मिली इन लोगों को। एक भी पैसा नहीं मिला, कहीं कोई पैसा नहीं मिला। ना कोई जमीन के कागजात मिले, ना कोई जेवरात मिले, ना कोई गहने मिले, ना कोई पैसा मिला, कैश मिला, कुछ नहीं मिला इनको 1 साल के अंदर। लेकिन जबरदस्ती गिरफ्तार किए जा रहे हैं। आज इन्होंने संजय सिंह को गिरफ्तार कर लिया। संजय सिंह नरेंद्र मोदी जी के भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ इस देश की सबसे बुलंद आवाज है। मोदी जी सर से पैर तक भ्रष्टाचार के अंदर डूबे हुए हैं, और मैं समझता हूं कि शायद आजाद भारत के सबसे भ्रष्टाचारी प्रधानमंत्री अगर कोई है तो वो नरेंद्र मोदी जी हैं। कल जब इनकी सरकार नहीं रहेगी और इनके कारनामों की जांच की जाएगी, तो पता चलेगा कि इन्होंने कितना भ्रष्टाचार किया है। और उस भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ सबसे बुलंद आवाज संसद के अंदर और संसद के बाहर संजय सिंह की थी। वो मोदी जी को बर्दाश्त नहीं हो रहा था। पहले संजय सिंह को संसद से सस्पेंड करवाया, और अब उन्होंने आज उनको एक पूरी तरह से झूठे, सवेरे से शाम तक, बाबूजी बता रहे हैं कि सवेरे से शाम तक सारे घर का छान मारा इन्होंने, सारे तकिए गद्दे सब छान मारा, कुछ नहीं मिला इन लोगों को। उसके बाद शाम को ये गिरफ्तार करके ले गए। अब चुनाव आ रहे हैं, और जब से इंडिया अलायंस बना है, इंडिया अलायंस बनने की वजह से वो बुरी तरह से बौखलाए हुए हैं प्रधानमंत्री जी, क्योंकि उनको लग रहा है कि अगर ये अलायंस सक्सेसफुल हो गया, जो कि होगा, तो फिर मोदी जी हार रहे हैं, बुरी तरह से हार रहे हैं। और उस बौखलाहट का भी एक नतीजा है कि आज उनको गिरफ्तार किया गया। अभी तो देखिए 2024 तक बहुत लोग गिरफ्तार होंगे, न जाने किस किस को गिरफ्तार करेंगे। ये एक बौखलाहट का उनका नतीजा है लेकिन संजय सिंह एक शेर है, वो कोई घबराने वाला आदमी नहीं है। और प्रधानमंत्री जी मोदी जी को एक गलत फहमी है कि हमें गिरफ्तारियां करके वो हमें डरा देंगे, झुका देंगे। हम डरने वाले लोग नहीं हैं, सच्चाई के रास्ते पे निकले हैं, तो जो भी इसका खामियाजा होगा उसको भुगतेंगे।
इस लड़ाई को आगे कैसे लेके जाएंगे?
कोर्ट में केस करेंगे, बाकी सड़क में भी करेंगे, कोर्ट में भी करेंगे, सब करेंगे। थैंक यू।
सर राजनीतिक
Arvind Kejriwal there saying the BJP is totally confused, scared of the India alliance and targeting the opposition. But first, let me tell you how the day began this morning. At 7 a.m., Aam Aadmi Party Member of Parliament Sanjay Singh was woken up by Enforcement Directorate sleuths knocking on his door. This was followed by over 10 hours of raids as the sleuths searched his house for evidence linked to the Liquorgate scam. Interestingly, today's arrest came after the betrayal of Sanjay Singh and Sisodia's aides, Dinesh Arora and Magunta, both of whom have been arrested earlier and now have turned approvers for the agencies. Times now has accessed the ED charge sheet, which carries the statement of Dinesh Arora and Magunta. Arora details how he met Sanjay Singh, who then introduced him to Manish Sisodia. He also alleges that Sanjay Singh's directions, he raised rupees 82 lakh funds for the Aam Aadmi Party ahead of the Delhi polls. Despite the testimonies, Aam Aadmi Party cadres held protests against the centre, claiming this is a witch hunt against a Kattar Imandar. While Sanjay Singh, in his last post before arrest, plays the victim card, this is what he had to say on social media just minutes ahead of his arrest.
नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार के भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ, अडानी के महाघोटाले के खिलाफ लगातार मैं बोलता रहा, अपनी आवाज उठाता रहा। ईडी में कई शिकायतें भी अडानी के खिलाफ की, उनके घोटाले के खिलाफ की, उस पर कभी कोई कार्रवाई नहीं। और आज अचानक ईडी मेरे घर पे पहुंच जाती है, दिन भर छापेमारी की, सारी जांच की, सब कुछ खोद डाला, कुछ नहीं निकला। बावजूद इसके जबरन मेरी गिरफ्तारी की जा रही है। लेकिन हम लोग आम आदमी पार्टी के सिपाही हैं। मोदी जी से कहना चाहते हैं, मोदी जी आप चुनाव हार रहे हैं, बुरी तरीके से हार रहे हैं, और ये आपकी हताशा का संकेत है, ये आपकी हार का संकेत है। ये उदाहरण है इस बात का कि एक कायर, एक डरपोक प्रधानमंत्री किस तरीके से करके, तानाशाही करके, लोगों को जेल में डाल के चुनाव जीतना चाहता है।
And these are the documents of statements of Dinesh Arora, now approver. He says he initially met Sanjay Singh, through whom he came in contact with Manish Sisodia. Also talks about 82 lakhs that were handed over to Mr. Sisodia for collection of party funds for the assembly elections in Delhi. All of this in these papers. Also in these papers are references to how Manish Sisodia's own C. Arvind, his own PA, said that he was called by Manish Sisodia to the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, where Satyendra Jain was also present. The conspiracy of the GOM to give wholesale business to private entities and double the margin from 6% to 12% in the excise policy. All of that in these papers. Some are the prosecution complaints, some part of the charge sheet that has been filed, and clearly right now there is, of course, the vendetta charge. That is the only defense of the Aam Aadmi Party. Remember, the CBI had already arrested former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia as accused number 1. Now Sanjay Singh being behind bars, question is who's next? Times Now will also show you that there are 2 references to Arvind Kejriwal in the probe. ED's supplementary charge sheet says Vijay Nair arranged Kejriwal Mahendru FaceTime call. Kejriwal told Mahendru, Vijay is my boy, trust him. And not just this, Kejriwal is also mentioned in ED's remand note for YSRCP's members of parliament's son. And it says how these two met. Kejriwal also said that Delhi excise policy, whatever there was explained to the YSRCP member of parliament. Kejriwal also welcomed this member of parliament's entry to the Delhi liquor trade. But As I told you earlier, today other satraps of the India bloc and their family members too face the heat of central agencies. While Lalu Prasad Yadav, Rabdi Devi and Tejaswi managed to get a bail in CBI's Land for Job scam, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's nephew Abhishek Banerjee was summoned by the ED for the teachers' recruitment scam on the 9th of October and his wife on the 11th October. Listen in to all the opposition parties alleging that raids and summons are a sign of the BJP's nervousness ahead of polls. Listen in.
जो रीजनल्स पार्टी है, जो क्षेत्रीय दल है, जहां भी अच्छा काम कर रही है वहां भाजपा के लोग तंग कर रहे हैं और कार्रवाई की जा रही है.
It is surprising, as I said, that BJP is only conducting ED and CBI raids in opposition rule states. There are no ED raids in Gujarat, there are no ED raids in Madhya Pradesh, there are no ED raids in Assam, there are no ED raids in any of the BJP rule states. Have you heard of any ED raids in Uttar Pradesh? Have you heard of any ED raids in Gujarat? So Modi is only going after the opposition and opposition parties and opposition rule states.
जो भी विरोधी दल में बैठे हैं उन पे पहले आप आरोप लगाते हैं, दबाव बनाते हैं, जो आपके यहाँ आ जाते हैं तो उनको ट्रीनोपाल में नहला के आप साफ सुथरा बना देते हो. और दूसरा, झूठे आरोप लगा के आप डर, भय, आतंक पैदा करते हो. भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार देश में जहां गैर भाजपाई सरकार है उनके खिलाफ दमन और उत्पीड़न कर रही है, उनका वाजिब अपने दे रही है.
Let's now listen in to Arvind Kejriwal just last month when he said there should be zero tolerance on anyone who breaks the law. This is on the arrest of Sukhpal Singh Khera, Congress MLA in Punjab, who was arrested. Listen to what Kejriwal said then. Is he practicing what he preaches? Listen in.
कल मैंने सुना था कि नशे की वजह से किसी पर्टिकुलर नेता या किसी पर्टिकुलर व्यक्ति को पंजाब पुलिस ने गिरफ्तार किया था. मेरे पास डिटेल्स नहीं है. डिटेल्स के लिए आपको पंजाब पुलिस से बात करनी पड़ेगी. दे कैन ओनली प्रोवाइड यू द डिटेल्स ऑफ द केस, व्हाई ही वाज अरेस्टेड एक्सेट्रा. बट द गवर्नमेंट इन पंजाब, भगवंत मान गवर्नमेंट इज़ कमिटेड, आम आदमी पार्टी गवर्नमेंट इज़ कमिटेड टू जो नशा है, नशे को ख़त्म करने के लिए हम बिल्कुल कमिटेड है, क्योंकि नशे ने हमारे युवाओं को, पूरी एक पीढ़ी को बर्बाद कर दिया है. जिस स्केल के ऊपर नशा आप इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते. तो उसके खिलाफ एक जो जंग छिड़ी हुई है, उस जंग में फिर कोई कितना भी बड़ा आदमी हो, कितना भी छोटा आदमी हो, उसे फिर बख्शा नहीं जाएगा. लेकिन मैं किसी भी इंडिविजुअल केस और किसी भी इंडिविजुअल के ऊपर टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहूँगा, बिकॉज डिटेल्स मेरे पास नहीं है. डिटेल्स के लिए आपको पंजाब पुलिस से बात करनी पड़ेगी.
So the legitimate question we are asking on the news hour, why reject probity as Rajniti? That's the question and the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining me on the debate, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, Senior Fellow at the IPCS, Ravi Srivastav, Political Analyst, Dr. Akash Muni, Political Analyst, supports the Aam Aadmi Party, Tausif Ahmed Khan, Political Analyst, supports the Trinamool Congress, Sanjay Jha, suspended Congress leader. But my first question goes to Mr. Gaurav Bhatia. Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, you are on a vendetta spree. You are nervous that you're going to lose the elections. And while Arvind Kejriwal is duty bound to end, any addiction, as he said in Punjab, are you also against addiction to the sharab or the liquor that was becoming something of an addiction in Delhi? Why would you target opposition leaders, starting from Sanjay Singh down to Abhishek Banerjee, just ahead of the polls?
So, Navika, let me address the question that you've asked. And I must tell you that 14 political parties who are in the opposition had moved the Honorable Supreme Court, making the very same allegations of political vendetta. And if I remember correctly, the Honorable Supreme Court dismissed their petition. Indian National Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, TMC, all were parties. They were petitioners before the Supreme Court. 1. 2. If any person is aggrieved and he feels that there is political vendetta, there is a Bhajan Lal case, the Constitution Bench case, that person is free to move the Supreme Court and the High Court. And on the ground of political vendetta, if it is established, the charges are quashed. Now I ask my question to Arvind Kejriwal ji, who gave a certificate or Kattar Imandar Manish Sisodiya. Why did Manish Sisodiya not move the Supreme Court or the High Court to get the charges quashed? Then I am reminded that in fact, Navika, just after the arrest, Manish Sisodiya did move the Honorable Supreme Court. He filed a petition and he wanted the charges to be quashed. And I have that order in my hand, 28th of Feb 2023. The Honorable Supreme Court, in this very liquor scam, said that no, relief will not be granted. After that, 7.5 months have passed and Manish Sisodiya is not out on bail. Now, the questions that need to be asked to Arvind Kejriwal: one, you did not move the court, you have ample time and you could have got the charges quashed, you didn't. Second, what are the charges against Sanjay Singh? He is using the Chief Minister's residence, which is the official residence, as a Vasuli ka adda, because one of the approver, who was an accused earlier, has clearly stated that Sanjay Singh ensured that he meets Arvind Kejriwal and around 32 lakhs were given as a bribe through check. Now Arvind Kejriwal can always come out and deny that no such check has been taken. The denial hasn't come. Two, Sanjay Singh ensured that this liquor businessman is able to get the changes made regarding a vend that was operating. This is also a fact. Arvind Kejriwal can deny. Three, Sanjay Singh ensured that the then liquor minister, Mr. Manish Sisodiya, meets this businessman and they strike a deal. So these are all the evidences that are there. The question that needs to be asked, Arvind Kejriwal, why is it that all your ministers turn out to be corrupt and then later you have to sack them and they don't get any relief from the court? And I must at this juncture say, जैसे जैसे जुड़ रही है कड़ी, वैसे वैसे अरविंद केजरीवाल के पास आ रही है हथकड़ी, because this could not have been done without the approval of the kingpin, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal.
Well, Gaurav Bhatia, those are strong charges, and I want to ask Akash Muni. Akash Muni,
yes.
Gaurav Bhatia has already said that the links are coming closer and closer to the doorstep of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, and he is mentioned in the prosecution complaint as the man in whose house, and this has been stated by none other than the assistant of Manish Sisodiya, former deputy chief minister, and the man not in charge of the liquor department, but actually the excise department. I think Gaurav wants to call it the liquor department for a reason. Headlines become better.
No, it's the same thing. I am using liquor for a reason. Sharab Ghotala. That is why.
Yes, that's
I
why.
am aware that it's called the excise department.
I know, Gaurav. I know.
Education minister.
I know it's a better headline. I would have chosen liquor department as well, on the desk. But the question, Akash Muni, is that these statements are there from those who have turned approvers and those who are seen in various pictures with Sanjay Singh, and clearly they had access to the member of parliament, access to these people, and the assistant of Manish Sisodiya also says that when the profit margins were increased from 6% to 12%, it happened in the house of Arvind Kejriwal. Manish Sisodiya was there, Satyendra Jain was there, all the where and how, everything is mentioned in all of these papers. My question is, why is the Aam Aadmi Party continuing with its Kattar Imandari? Why is it looking away from the facts that already exist? And why is it questioning the timing when all of this has been investigated not today or yesterday? It's been going on since October last year.
Navika ji, with all respect, I want to tell that these are not, these are allegations. These are nowhere there is any evidence. and the lawyer before me who spoke, he also knows it, that these are not evidence, these are allegations. Because when one of the accused makes an allegation upon another accused, these are called allegations, not evidence. Evidence is the money trail. Now there is not a single money trail found. It is interesting that after 1,000 raids also, the police, the ED specifically, has not found a single money trail, and still they have arrested 2 ministers of Aam Aadmi Party without any proof. And now you question that why the courts are not granting bail. The act of PMLA has been made in such a way that the onus of proving innocent is on the accused, not on the accuser. Normally in the court of law, it is on the accuser. So that is why this Manish Sisodiya is not getting bail. In this particular case, some days earlier only, the ED has clarified that it is by inadvertently they have put the name of Sanjay Singh in the charge sheet. Okay, do you remember that time? They have themselves acknowledged. If there was evidence at that point in time, they would have said that no, Sanjay Singh is in the charge sheet. They have clearly said that they are not in charge sheet. Now, an accused has become has leveled some more allegations. Now, these allegations have not been proved by the investigative.
All right, Gaurav Bhatia, when the Enforcement Directorate has already regretted its mistake of printing the name of Sanjay Singh, is it once again the ball back in your court on the vendetta charge?
Okay, let me put it one by one. First of all, it's not that PMLA cases one doesn't get bail. There is a twin condition test by the Honorable Supreme Court. You satisfy that test and you get bail. So my friend Akash Deep is not right there. Second, in the CBI matter, Navika, there is another matter against Manish Sisodiya, the Kattar Baiman person, and the High Court rejected his bail in the CBI matter. Now, if you say PMLA is tough to get bail, why did Manish Sisodiya not get bail in that? Third and most importantly, political vendetta, you need to answer. Sukhpal Khera. When Sukhpal Khera is arrested or Chandra Babu Naidu is arrested, the BJP is not in power there. But when you do it to your political opponent, Arvind Kejriwal says, हम ड्रग्स को खत्म कर देंगे, तो नाविका हम भी कह रहे हैं हम भ्रष्टाचार को खत्म कर देंगे। और अगर भ्रष्टाचार को खत्म करते हुए कट्टर पापी अरविंद केजरीवाल खत्म हो रहे हैं या उनकी राजनीति खत्म हो रही है, तो इस पे हम लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते। And one more point regarding money trail.
Just a minute, Akash Deep is responding to your charge. Akash Deep is responding to your charge.
One more interesting point now. Yes, sir, you have given some rhetoric.
You know, Akash,
sir, just
please,
5 minutes.
Akash, allow me to make my final point.
Okay, sir. Your wish.
Allow me to make my final point. You spoke about money trail. Now, let me tell you that it is not necessary that every accused person, even if he is charged with a conspiracy angle or conspirator he is, then there has to be a money trail. But read the order passed by the Delhi High Court, para 61. And the Delhi High Court in the ED case very clearly states that generation of proceeds of crime of around 100 crores in the form of kickbacks, which were paid by the South Covid to the co-accused Vijay Nair through the co-accused so and so. And that is how the link is established, because the then Minister of the Excise Department, as Navika said, was Manish Sisodiya, and therefore have faith in the judicial system of the country.
Fine. Akash Muni, I will come back to you. I need to get it. No, I need to get the other panelists. 1 minute, Akash. And Akash Deep Muni, hold on. I'm coming back to you. Let me get in Sanjay Jha. Dr. Sanjay Jha, my question to you is straight and very simple. As Gaurav Bhatia says, when the Aam Aadmi Party arrests Sukhpal Khera because they are against drugs in Punjab, then it's a justified step. Today, it is on the excise policy that Sanjay Singh has been arrested. Why is it not a justified step that has been taken? After all, these investigations started last year. In February, Manish Sisodia was questioned and arrested. And now in October, Sanjay Singh is questioned and arrested. And his name appears in some of the charge sheets that already existed. Why is it vendetta now? Why is the only explanation that comes, as far as corruption charges are concerned, is vendetta and political rhetoric? That's my question to you.
नाविका जी, आपके प्रश्न का जवाब काफी साधारण है. एक कहावत है हिंदी में, अंधेरी नगरी चौपट राजा, रोज बजे लोकतंत्र का बाजा. यहां पर हमारे जो मित्र हैं, गौरव जी ने बड़ा भाषण दिया, हम तो भ्रष्टाचार को खत्म कर देंगे. तो भ्रष्टाचार जनता पार्टी को यह भी तो मालूम होना चाहिए कि कुछ दिन पहले कर्नाटका के आवाम ने 40% घूस या भ्रष्टाचार के सरकारा को क्या जवाब दिया. 2024 में नाविका जी वही होने वाला है. भारत की जनता बहुत ही समझदार और जागरूक है और वो जानते हैं इस देश में क्या हो रहा है. पब्लिक है, ये सब जानती है, इसको कोई नकार नहीं सकता. मैं भाजपा के प्रवक्ता को 2 प्रश्न पूछना चाहूंगा. बड़े भाषण दिया उन्होंने भ्रष्टाचार पे, हिंदी में बोला, इसीलिए मैं भी हिंदी में जवाब दे रहा हूं. आप अजीत पवार को तो जानते होंगे, आपके सरकार में बैठे हुए हैं महाराष्ट्र में. भारत के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी भाषण में कहते हैं ये तो भ्रष्टाचारी पार्टी है, नेचुरली करप्ट पार्टी. एक हफ्ते बाद ये लोग गले मिलते हैं और सरकार चला रहे हैं. आप क्या समझते हैं कि भारत की 140 करोड़ के जो जनता है वो बेवकूफ है क्या आप उनको ऐसे ही भटकाते रहिएगा अपने ही बयानबाजी में? दूसरी बात नाविका जी, इसको भी इस पर जरा गौर किया जाए. और मैं समझता हूं कि बहुत ही अहम विषय है. अदानी पर 3 लोगों ने भाषण दिया, बहुत ही मैं समझता हूं कि जबरदस्त भाषण दिया. राहुल गांधी जी ने भाषण दिया, डिस्क्वालिफाइड हो गए. परंजोय ठाकुरता, गुहा ठाकुरता ने ढेर सारे लेख लिखे. कल हमने देखा न्यूज क्लिप पर कैसा एक तरीके से उन पर भी एक गिरफ्तारी का एक आरोप लग गया है कि वो देशद्रोही हैं. और संजय सिंह, who has been one of the most vocal opponents of the corruption in this government, is today arrested. I have only one question to say on the Delhi liquor scam though. This is, I have followed politics, I've been part of politics for a long time. This is the first time, Navika, I'm seeing people getting arrested in a policy violation apparently, which was never implemented. It was never implemented. But it seems that everyone who was part of some process in a policy that never saw the light of day was indulging in corruption. I think this raises fundamental questions. जहां तक ईडी का सवाल है, नाविका जी सब जानते हैं 95% of the cases have targeted विपक्षी दल and the ED's conviction rate is 3%.
All right.
मेरे गौरव को मैं बताना चाहूंगा, गौरव जी, 2024 का चुनाव इज इंडिया वर्सेस बीजेपी और इंडिया को कोई नहीं हरा पाएगा. भाजपा आती है, प्रधानमंत्री आते जाते रहेंगे, राजनीति दल जीतेगा हारेगा, लेकिन इंडिया cannot be defeated, भारत cannot be defeated. And you will space the music and the people of India.
Gaurav Bhatia, respond before I get in Abhijit Iyer Mitra.
Yes. First of all, I agree with Sanjay Jha. India can never be defeated. Bharat can never be defeated. But the problem is the corrupt Ghamandiya believes that they are equivalent to India, which they are not. And I will tell you why and how wrong Sanjay Jha is. Please be quiet. I did not interrupt you. I think you should extend the same courtesy, Mr. Sanjay Jha. Don't be so rude and impolite. You happen to be my friend off the screen. Please. Thank you.
Sure.
Now, let me point out to him that when Manish Sisodia got arrested, do you know, Navika, who welcomed his arrest? The Delhi President of the Congress Party, Mr. Anil Chaudhary, then said, मनीष सिसोदिया की गिरफ्तारी हुई है, कांग्रेस ने किया स्वागत और अनिल चौधरी बोले सीएम केजरीवाल को भी जेल में होना चाहिए. अब आप देखिए ये घमंडिया. After 4 hours also, Navika, on record, you can tell the viewers, is there any statement of Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi stating that this arrest is due to political vendetta? No. Do you know why? सोनिया गांधी कह रही है, राहुल तुम भी बेल पे, मैं भी बेल पे, रॉबर्ट वाड्रा भी बेल पे। अगर संजय सिंह अरेस्ट हो गया तो क्या गलत हुआ? अरे कुर्सी हमें चाहिए, इनको गिरा दो पहले। एंड दैट इज व्हाई देयर इज नो स्टेटमेंट फ्रॉम देम। थर्ड, रिगार्डिंग ईडी, आई मस्ट टेल देम that Sanjay Jhaji, please check the record. When UPA was in power, investigating agencies like the CBI were called caged parrot by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Now, Narendra Modi ji has given a free hand to all the agencies. They are doing their job, and it is a fact that Sonia Gandhi also moved the Honorable Supreme Court with Rahul Gandhi. The case was not quashed. P. Chidambaram, again, their charges of corruption. कार्ति चिदम्बरम, चार्जेस ऑफ करप्शन। डीके शिव कुमार, चार्जेस ऑफ करप्शन। मैं तो ये कहूंगा, ये इंडियन नेशनल करप्शन है। करप्शन की मदर कोई है तो कांग्रेस पार्टी है, और कांग्रेस पार्टी को अपने गिरेबान में झांकना चाहिए।
Well, I'm coming back to you. Sanjay Jha, but let me get in Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, political rhetoric aside, I want to ask you, is the liquor scam an open and shut case, as was stated in March by Ajay Makhan, treasurer today of the Congress party, who said, let me tell those who have sympathies for Manish Sisodia that it is an open and shut case of corruption. It should be seen as a major liquor scam in Delhi. I want to ask you, is it an open and shut case, or is there only a political angle and election angle to this?
I wish there was only a political or election angle to it, Navika. Unfortunately, it is clearly an open and shut case. And I'll tell you why. You see, before this, all liquor in Delhi was controlled by the government. Did that lead to black marketing like all government controls do? Of course it did. But what did the AAP introduce? I think a lot of people don't understand what the policy became. Right? There was open bidding invited for about 800 plus vends within Delhi. Delhi was divided into 32 zones. And then each zone had about 27 different vendors allowed in it. The problem comes about A, in the auctioning, and B, in the massive losses of revenue that happened, because what was happening was everybody knew, and we pointed this out. A lot of us pointed this out, that when the document was put out, there was a good way of doing this, which was not to divide it into zones, not to limit the number of vendors, because when you divide zones and create vendors, you're creating artificial scarcity, which then facilitates backdoor corruption. You want to become one of the 27 vendees within the 32, you are forced to pay bribes in order to get it. We all know this is exactly how artificial scarcity works in India. It was an open and shut case. Within 24 hours of that document coming out, everybody knew it was an open and shut case. Right? Now, let us talk about this case very, very specifically. Is there, I think the AAP supporting gentleman made a point, which is that, there is no proof. I'm sorry, but there is proof. Correlation is not causation, but correlation is certainly a reason to investigate someone. I don't know if it merits arrest or not, but it is certainly enough to investigate. What has happened out here? A very clear chain of events has happened. There are several layers of corruption here. First is the corruption in the bids. Then is the corruption in the way those bids were awarded. The third is the corruption in the way the policy itself was formulated, which goes back to some foreign companies which we know are in trouble and are getting arrested at the moment. Number four, there is this specific scam that we're coming to, where Mr. Sanjay Singh apparently took one Mr. Grover, who is the approver, whatever, to a tour of restaurants, who then gave him 60 to 82 lakhs, depending on what happens.
Did you see that?
He organized.
Did you see that?
Was this
did
done?
You see that? Did you see that?
I did not interrupt.
Producer ji, mera sound badhayega. Did you see that?
Navika, this is not fair.
No, this is
Navika, this is not fair. I didn't interrupt this man. He doesn't get to interrupt me.
My friend Akash Muni, my friend Akash Muni, don't lose your shirt over something that is in the court of law. This is the charge sheet. Akash Muni, calm down. This is mentioned in the charge sheet. He is not saying anything that is not documented. This is presented in the court of law. So far, the court has not said anything about this being a false document. So it is there. Calm down. Allow him to complete his point. Allow him to complete his point. There are documents that are in the court. They exist in the court. They are part of the case file. You know, you will have to stop interrupting him. Akash Muni, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, carry on.
So what ends up happening now is the police have a clear case, the ED have a clear case to prove. Does this particular correlation translate into causation? To date, I have not seen the clinching evidence which makes that conversion possible. But given the balance of facts, it might be, and given the way Indian courts function, you never know what translates into causation. Is it likely it happened? Yes. The problem is there is too much out here which is quite evidently corruption, which cumulatively translates into causation.
Well, so Ravi Srivastava, the charge sheets exist, the statements are there. Now the matter is in court. My question to you is, if you as a party, as a government in Punjab have zero tolerance to anything that breaks the law, similar is the chance that has to be given to the ED in this case. They think it's breaking the law. If it is not breaking the law, well, the courts will throw the case out. If it is breaking the law, the courts will take a view. Why is it being called vendetta? Why is it being called everything other than what it is at the moment, which is an allegation of corruption?
See, first of all, the case in Punjab cannot be equated with this case.
This is a ED in the ongoing investigation in the liquor gate, which I think never happened because the policy was never implemented. No money trail has been found. No money has been caught till date. And there are practically no evidence. All these charges, conjunctions, this met with this fellow in the restaurant, this fellow met this fellow on the Qutub Minar, this fellow met in this fellow in the golf links. I think this is all farce. This does not stand as scrutiny of the court of law. When these so-called evidences will be debated, I am sure the court will throw them in the dustbin. On the basis of this, a case has been made, 1,000 raids have been made, hundreds of people must have been arrested by this time, but not even 25 naya paisa has been recovered till date. I was on another debate. So some said, nowadays people don't deal in cash. They deal in mobile payment or GPay or PhonePe or Paytm and all that. And then mobile also has been taken away. The computers has also
been taken away.
But
then why did he need? He had some 73 mobiles. Who changes 73 mobiles? Abhijit Iyer Mitra. If you're not doing anything that is against the law, would you change 73 mobile phones? Would you change 70? While I'm not saying this is proof, but the question is, who changes 73 mobiles? Number one. Number two.
Can I make a quick point?
No, number two, I want to read out this part of the charge sheet. And in this charge sheet, it says, Dinesh Arora met Sanjay Singh, through whom he came in contact with Mr. Manish Sisodia during a party in his own restaurant named Unplugged Courtyard. On the request of Sanjay Singh, he spoke to many of the restaurant owners and arranged checks amounting to rupees 82 lakhs handed over to Mr. Sisodia for collection of party funds for upcoming elections. He also stated that Amit Arora, etc., wanted some JV. 1 minute. Then he says Dinesh Arora had gone and met with Sanjay Singh, AAP MP of Rajya Sabha. Dinesh introduced Amit to Vivek Kumar Tyagi, a close associate, and there was some quid pro quo that happened. There are specific meetings that are mentioned. There are specific checks that are mentioned. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, my question to you is, all of this is happening and there are multiple people who have given corroborative information if it stands the scrutiny of court. There is Dinesh Arora, there is a gentleman called who is the assistant, I think Avinash is his name. He is the assistant of Manish Sisodia. All of them, C. Arvind, assistant of Manish Sisodia, saying that I was called when the liquor policy was being discussed by Satyendra Jain, Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal at Arvind Kejriwal's residence. The question is, was this all made up by the Enforcement Directorate? And if it was made up, why is Mr. Manish Sisodia in jail for the last 8 months?
Very good question. See, it's very simple. If ED is making this up, there will be consequences for ED. Because, concocting stuff in a court of law comes under perjury. There will be serious and significant criminal charges if you concoct stuff like this. So, the ED can't just make up things. The question is, at what point does it translate to criminality? The second thing, Navika, I want to quickly point out is, please remember, all these people, they have decided to give judgments. They've all decided, Mr. Srivastava and co have decided that they are judges who are going to give judgment on this. What are they protesting? They are protesting a mere investigation. They don't even want the investigation to happen. And why should the investigation not happen? Kyunki maine bola.
Yeah, what are they hunting? 15 months, what's going on?
जल्दी कर दे तो वेंडेटा देर और समय लगा के करें तो प्रॉब्लम व्हाट वर दे हंटिंग चित भी मेरी पट भी मेरी बट तौसीफ खान now let me ask you, the parallel is being drawn that every constituent of the India Alliance is being hounded. Abhishek Banerjee has been summoned. Now, Sanjay Singh has been arrested. My question to you is, Partha Chatterjee has been arrested. He was arrested a long time ago. And everybody remembers the wads of notes that were got from Mr. Partha Chatterjee's aide's residence. Trunks and trunks full of 2,000 rupee bundles were taken out. Now, if there was a scam and investigation is leading from one to another, can you actually even question the fact that investigation is taking place? After all, the investigation was also ordered by the High Court of Calcutta. So why is it vendetta?
It is vendetta because the probe is unfair, is moving in an unfair manner, because actions are being taken only on the non-BJP leaders. There are corruption charges against BJP leaders, even in Bengal, who then joined BJP and no action is taken against them. In Assam, who is made a chief minister by BJP, against the former chief minister in Bangalore, who was a BJP leader. There are corruption charges everywhere, even in Madhya Pradesh. But the investigative agencies are ordered not to take any action against them. So this is an unfair probe. It is a political vendetta because the action is taken only on one side. And
let me ask Gaurav Bhatia. Gaurav Bhatia, Ajit Pawar was the most corrupt person till he joined the BJP alliance. The question is fair and square from every opposition party that everybody else has cases against them. You want to investigate them, but when they come into alliance with you, when they join your party, you somehow forget that. Ajit Pawar, the kind of alliance that you have, your ministers, your senior leaders have accused him. Why now? No questions are asked, no investigations take place. Please respond.
Okay. So I will respond, but first of all, for the benefit of the viewers, it needs to be told to the viewers as well. Abhishek Banerjee in the teacher recruitment scam as well as in the coal scam moved in the Honorable Supreme Court, Navika, and I have that order with me in the coal scam. And the Honorable Supreme Court clearly stated that it shall be open to the ED to require attendance of the petitioners in its office situated at Calcutta, and then did not quash the case that he had challenged. 1. 2. Is it not correct, since you say that BJP leaders are not interrogated by CBI ED? Let me give you two examples. Mukul Roy, he joined the Bharatiya Janata Party in November 2017. He was charge sheeted in May 2021 when he was in the BJP. No relief given. He was interrogated on 29th of September 2019. Now Mukul Roy is back in TMC. Is he honest or is he corrupt? Second, Suvendu Adhikari, he joined the BJP. He was also charge sheeted by the CBI on 19th of May 2021. No relief given. But did you see any BJP leader coming out saying, oh, this is political vendetta, CBI, ED not doing their job? No, because the leaders have faith in the judicial system and the law that prevails. If anybody is aggrieved, that person can actually move the court and then pray for a relief, which has not been granted to the corrupt politicians like Manish Sisodiya, Satyendra Jain, and even Abhishek Banerjee and Partha Chatterjee.
Well, what will happen next is the heat.
And Ajit Pawar also I can respond.
Yeah, I'm completely out of time, Gaurav Bhatia, but the question is, will the case stand in court is the big question, but at the same time, the question will also be asked, is the net widening? Is the news getting closer to Arvind Kejriwal? Because that is the expectation that is coming in from all those who are in the opposition, and that is also the claim that is being made by the BJP. We'll keep watching what happens next. The matter will be in the courts of law for a while. Let's wait and watch what the courts have to say. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.